Israel. Heard about those guys? They're pretty upset right now. Israel was unhappy with the initial ceasefire agreed upon by the United States and Iran because they were left out in the cold and didn't get a chance to negotiate, and they weren't given a chance to negotiate this time either. So Trump says Israel will not be bombing Lebanon any longer. They are prohibited from doing so by the United States. This would be like an incredibly aggressive and demanding thing for Trump to say about any country, but a country as entitled and arrogant as Israel, like 10 times so, you know? Like, I think that, like, even people as weak and submissive as, like, the Germans would be upset at messaging like this. But it isn't the Germans, it's the fucking Israelis, you know? The Israelis who act like ungrateful little shits even when they're being given free weapons. So I think that they are going to lose their minds over this. So far, my understanding is that they are losing their minds over this. And they have already violated the ceasefire that is the base of this entire this entire ceasefire, you know? I don't think they're going to be able to abide by this. They've already done a strike. Well, that's sweet. I'm trying to see if I can find any, I'm trying to see if I can find literally like any current information coming out of Israel about how they feel about this ceasefire. Let me see. BBC interviews Hezbollah representative as Israel-Lebanon ceasefire announced. Good enough. I trust Hezbollah more than Israel.
We're on our way to meet a senior Hezbollah political figure, Wafiq Safa. He is instrumental in understanding Hezbollah's position right now, what they are thinking, and it is a critical time for Lebanon. He is also a high-value target for Israel, so we're meeting him in an undisclosed location, and we've been asked to leave our phones behind. We meet in a building on the outskirts of the southern suburbs of Beirut. He tells me the Iranians have told him a ceasefire is about to be announced. And so I start by asking him if Hezbollah would abide by it.
So the answer is مظبوط. خلينا نشوف أي وقف إطلاق نار. إذا كان وقف إطلاق نار مثل ما كان بسنة 24 يعني في حرية حركة، وهذا أكيد لا نقبل به. من المؤكد أننا لا نقبل به. لن نقبل أن نعود إلى ما كنا عليه في 15 شهرا الماضية.
Will Hezbollah ever disarm?
Fuck you, lady. Will Israel ever disarm? Fuck you, you piece of shit. I hate you.
Ever. لكن قبل وقف إطلاق النار وقبل الحقيقة طبعا وقبل الانسحاب الإسرائيلي وقبل عودة الأسرى وقبل عودة النازحين وقبل إعادة الإعمار لا يمكن الحديث عن سلاح حزب الله.
Don't you fear that you're dragging Lebanon into a civil war?
Fuck you. Israel has literally invaded Lebanon and is ethnically cleansing the south, annihilating entire towns.
الحرب الأهلية في لبنان تحتاج إلى طرفين. الطرف الذي لا يريدها هو القادر عليها وهو حزب الله. حزب الله حريص جدا على موضوع السلم الأهلي، حريص جدا. كان حزب الله حريص جدا على هذا الأمر وسيبقى حريصا أيضا.
Hezbollah was the first to attack after October the 7th, and Hezbollah was also the first to attack in this war.
No. No? Okay, Hamas was the first to attack in October 7th. That was the whole point. And then the IDF attacked back and re-engaged in a genocide that's been slow boiling for a while. Hezbollah only exists because of the last time that Israel invaded Lebanon.
شبهة عند الكثير من الناس أنه حزب الله هو الذي بدأ الحرب، في حين أن حزب الله على امتداد 15 شهرا يتلقى الضربات والاستهدافات من قبل العدو الإسرائيلي، ولم يرد بأن حزب الله لن يقبل أن يصبح نقطة استهداف للعدو الإسرائيلي. فإذا ضرب العدو الإسرائيلي واستهدف حزب الله فإن حزب الله سيرد.
Israel says that it's protecting its...
I don't care what Israel says. What's the point of being a journalist with enough clout that you get to have an interview with a military commander in Hezbollah and you just ask him these fucking boilerplate, lazy-ass Zionist questions? Do you think Israel has a right to defend itself? Like, what do you... Nothing? Nothing more?
Civilians from the Hezbollah attacks. That's why it's attacking in Lebanon. How do you respond to that?
أما حزب الله فلم يستهدف المدنيين على الإطلاق. وخلوا يعطونا
Well, that's not true.
صورة انه استهدف حزب الله او استهدف بيوت مدنيه. هلا انه بصير بالقصف انه بينجرح واحد، هذا امر طبيعي، لكن كل الاستهدافات لها علاقه بالمواقع العسكريه الاسرائيليه، لها علاقه بالجنود الاسرائيليين.
It is kind of a testament to the idea, though, that the post-October 7th developments in the Middle East have made regional peace basically impossible. Like, it was the United States' fault, and Israel's to a large extent, in getting Iran involved, but we might just be dealing with perma-conflict down there now. Because for a time prior to October 7th, there was not peace, never peace. Israel's been doing this for a long time, but there was a relatively sedated level of conflict in the region that now seems like impossible. It partially because the Israeli people demand blood and want killing and rape and so on, and partly because, like, again, the moderate position has been annihilated. If you're with the Palestinian Authority or with Hezbollah or with the Houthis or with the IRGC, you have been given all the evidence in the world. You should not be moderate, ever. You should not, they have been proven right, the most militant sects within these groups. Israel represents a permanent existential threat, so permanent war is the only way of maintaining your existence. If you fail to defend yourself, Israel will just sweep you up and destroy you. They'll kill all of you. Now that Iran's roped into that, and we've given them control of the Strait, which they have complete control over right now, I don't see a way out for this. It really, something will have to fundamentally change with Israel, or Israel and America will somehow have to, actually pacify all of these Iranian-backed groups and Iran itself, and I just don't know if that's possible. I mean, we've run out of ammunition trying to pacify Iran. We've done nothing.
ولم تكن المساكن المدنية هدفا لضربات حزب الله.
We are in a critical moment for Lebanon, where the interests of Iran clash with the interests of the Lebanese people.
No, it's where the interests of Israel, which is invading Lebanon, contrast with the interests of the Lebanese people. I can't, honestly, she's lucky. I am surprised they let her walk out of there. I don't know if I would have had, Lord give me the peace, you know? That's crazy. This bitch walks in and she's like, don't you think you're being anti-Semitic by not dying or something? Could you be less Muslim? The fact that she was allowed to walk out of there is pretty crazy.
And for Hezbollah, which ones come first? The interests of the Lebanese people or of Tehran?
حزب الله ينظر إلى المصلحة اللبنانية، هذا بلا شك وبلا ريب. بالعكس، نحن استفدنا من إيران، مش إيران استفادت منا. استفدنا من إيران لأن هي وقت كانت ضرباته على إسرائيل كانت تساعدنا في هذه الحرب التي كانت قائمة. هذا من جهة. من جهة ثانية، إيران اشترطت على أن تدخل في مفاوضات أن يكون هناك وقف إطلاق نار في لبنان.
Incredible stuff, truly.
Well, I think people are generally very supportive of keeping Israeli troops in southern Lebanon. In fact, the Israel Hayom website has just released polls saying that 56% are in favor. That echoes polls we've seen over the last couple of weeks. Commentators within Israel are, however, seeing the ceasefire as a victory for Iran. Remember,
it is. Iran literally said, hey, America, make Israel stop doing this. And Trump said, Israel, stop doing this. I don't know. It's pretty tough to spin that, you know?
Remember, it was one of their preconditions to ceasefire talks in Pakistan last weekend.
Only 56%. That's lower than I expected. It's 56% for continuing to occupy southern Lebanon. We're several levels beyond just military action.
that there was a ceasefire. It didn't happen then. They think that that may have been one of the points of pressure which was being put on the United States. The United States certainly is being portrayed in Israel of having put a lot of pressure on Benjamin Netanyahu to sign up to this process. One northern community leader saying this is not a victory, it's a disgrace and a complete surrender not only to Iran, but also to the United States.
Stay mad.
Those sentiments echoed in the times of Israel. But there is a bit of...
I like the language, a concession not only to Iran, but to the United States. Or wait, did I mishear? Was it to Israel, to the United States? How do I rewind? Make me rewind? Hello? How do I... Hello? There's two bars here. Can I not rewind either? Neither can rewind? I can't rewind with either?
Post,
I'm so mad right now.
Quote Israeli officials as saying
arrow keys, they're not working.
Trump wants this to happen.
It's aljazeera.com, not YouTube.
Be more involved.
Click earlier on the white bar. Oh, really? Click earlier on the white bar? I love proprietary video players that are all ass. Yeah, seriously. Just host everything on YouTube. Whatever. It's fucking Al Jazeera. It's not like they aren't there already. Let me find it on YouTube. Southern Lebanon's only functioning. Here we go.
Well, I think people are complete surrender not only to Iran, but...
Yeah, a complete surrender not only to Iran, but to the United States. That's what I thought he said. Do you know what this language implies? For the Times of Israel to publish an opinion that is essentially saying that Israel is capitulating to America, they consider us an enemy country too. You know that, right? The Israel is it's a Jewish supremacist state. We are at best useful idiots. They consider us an anti-Semitic enemy state as well. Ungrateful, very ungrateful. They're not that crazy. They are absolutely that crazy, and the Mossad and the IDF and the civilian government of Israel have all, in many forms, in many shapes and sizes, indicated antagonism towards the United States. Many, many times. Insane enough to keep shooting during a ceasefire? Yep. Europe has 6 weeks of jet fuel left. Huh.
We are in the town of Tibnin in southern Lebanon, and it is a scene of mass destruction here. The town was in a place that received a lot of airstrikes and artillery strikes from Israeli troops fighting a battle in the city of Bint Jbeil, just a few kilometers away. But what you're seeing is this scene of mass destruction in front of the Tibnin hospital, one of the only currently operational hospitals in southern Lebanon. Israel has conducted strikes on hospitals throughout the country, damaging or destroying over 60 medical facilities. But this one is the only one currently operating in southern Lebanon. You can see the amount of destruction on these cars covered in shrapnel and rocks. There's also this business here, a small business. We saw the young lady going through her products. She sells children's clothes, and she's been here now for about 20 minutes going through what's left of her shop. The rest of the building has also been destroyed. You see the roof is now slanted over the backside of the building there, and you can see how this young lady is overwhelmed with emotion going through what she's built over time with a lot of effort and money. And
okay, okay, River, you need to decide where the fuck you're going to be. Are you going to be outside? I'm under attack, man. I'm under attack. Ooh! I'm still under attack.
Je tiens à remercier très chaleureusement le chancelier allemand Friedrich Merz et la présidente du Conseil italien Giorgia Meloni.
The German Chancellor points are already negotiated. We're going to go to Ellen Fisher, our senior White House correspondent. Trump has once again posted. Can you just
this man has a very strong face.
Give us an update on the very latest, Ellen?
Well, that's kind of news to me. Let me just check what he actually said, or perhaps you've got that there. I see it's just literally come in the last minute when I'm standing here. The US will get all nuclear dust created by our great B-2 bombers. No money.
Okay, this is a chunk from their live coverage. I want to see more on Israel's response to the ceasefire.
Will the ceasefire in Lebanon hold this time? Lebanon and Israel have had their first direct talks in decades, but as Israel considers Hezbollah a threat, is a lasting peace agreement possible? And how much influence does Iran have in Lebanon? This is Inside Story. officials met in person in Washington, D.C., the first direct talks since 1993. Now there's a hope of an agreement to end Israel's invasion and airstrikes. Hezbollah remains the main stumbling block. Israel says any deal must include the dismantling of the group.
That's just not, it's, I don't know. It's so difficult to talk about all this stuff like it's real when every group involved has different, completely irreconcilable, not only goals, but like, you know, what's the term? Not red flag. What am I thinking of here? Like you need to meet an agreement. You need to meet this requirement. Red line, different red lines, I guess. Yeah. I think red line isn't what I was going for, but yeah, red line. Different watersheds. Yes, different watersheds. Exactly. Non-negotiables. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, different non-negotiables. Hezbollah demands a complete end to Israeli aggression and occupation of Lebanon. So does Iran. Israel is currently agreeing to a version of the ceasefire that allows them the ability to strike Lebanon in self-defense. It's just nonsense. Like, look at this. From Netanyahu, 5 hours ago. We agreed to the ceasefire at Trump's request, but I'll say it honestly, we haven't finished the job yet. What am I meant to... What am I meant to make of this? What did he mean by this? Lebanon president, talks with Israel not sign of weakness, won't lead to ceding of territory. Oh, I'm sure. Significant differences remain between Iran and U.S. on nuclear issues. Second round of Iran talks could be this weekend. Resilience isn't always a good thing. Israelis have been moving away in record numbers, which is just one of the ways the population is coping with too much adversity. Have you considered not waging war with all of your neighbors all the time?